Hello and welcome back. So today we'll be discussing our last topics for the time value of money and also our last topics for the year 2020. Right, so yun na yung mga last topics natin. So let's make it count. So last time we discussed yung present value, right? Present value in annuity, present value with single payment. So now we will be explaining kung paano mag-solve ng problem with a mixed stream payment. Meaning mixed stream, hindi magkakaiba ang hindi magkakaiba ang mga amounts. So periodic payment but with different amounts. 'Di ba sa annuity is periodic payment pero uniform in amount. Pero in this time it is kung different amount naman ito. Okay, so an example of mixed stream, so kapag sa first year 3,000 ang binabayad, sa second year naman 5,000, tapos sa third year 6,000. So hindi sila magpapareho. Right? So let's discuss kung paano mag-solve nito using an example. What is the present value of an investment that gives 3,000 in the first year, 5,000 in the second year, tapos 6,000 naman in the third year? If the investment earns 12% per annum compounded annually. Okay, so ito yung mga nare-receive natin from the investment, yung 3,000, 5,000, and 6,000. So dahil hindi sila magpaparehas, right? They are not uniform. We cannot use yung present value in an annuity. So dahil hindi natin magagamit ang annuity, we can just simply use yung single amount. So we will need to compute for the present value of 3,000 in 1 year. Tapos, compute din natin ang present value ng 5,000 in 2 years. Tapos, present value ng 6,000 in the third year. So we will compute all of those, the present value of all of those separately. So first, let's compute for the first period, yung 3,000. So yung present value factor niya is computed as 1 plus yung interest rate, which is 12%. So 1.12, right? Raised to negative 1 kasi nga first year lang to. After 1 year lang to. So 1.12 raised to negative 1 is equal to 0.8929. So ito yung present value factor natin for the first year. So multiply that by the amount in the first year of 3,000 to get 2,679. So ito na yung present value ng payment na na-receive natin in the first period. Tapos compute natin yung present value ng payment in the second and third periods. So again, let's compute for the present value factor. 1.12 raised to negative 2 kasi nga second year na to. Ang present value factor is 0.7972. Multiply it by the amount na na-receive natin in the second period or year 2. We will get yung present value niya na 3,968. And lastly, yung present value ng under year 3. So 1.12 raised to negative 3 to get it the present value factor of 0.7118. Tapos multiply by the 6,000 to get 4,271. So ito na yung present value ng 6,000. Tapos after getting the present value of all the payments, so 2,679, 3,986 and 4,271, just simply add all of them to get the present value of all of the amounts na na-receive natin na nag-total ng 10,936. So ganun lang. Instead na gamitin natin ang annuity, we just simply compute for the present value of each payment. So the same lang din kapag future value. Kapag future value to, syempre i-compute mo ang future value ng separate payments. Okay. So ganun lang 'yun. And next topic natin yung solving for the interest rate. Right? So ang natin, previous topics natin is paano i-solve yung mga amounts. Pero in this case, paano naman kapag merong amounts, right? Pero ang problem is yung interest rate ang wala. So, an example of this problem, right, is meron tayong 5,000 today. And uh we want let's say 7,000 in 2 years, right? So ano yung interest rate na dapat nating i-invest yung 5,000 to get 7,000 in 2 years. So ganun yung problem. So to get the interest rate, we can use trial and error, right? Pwede na mag-try lang tayo hanggang sa makuha natin, right? Just use different amounts of the interest. Pero kung exact interest rate, including the decimal, is meron tayong formula. So the formula now is yung interest rate is equal to the lower interest rate, lower ito, ay ang ano kasi, ang steps in computing for the exact decimal rate, exact interest rate, is first find two interest rates, right? Two interest rates, one higher and one lower. So, mag-solve tayo ng dalawang interest rate na uh, produce ng amounts na higher and lower sa gusto natin, right? Higher and lower sa gusto natin. So, yung interest rate, yung exact interest rate is equal to yung lower na interest rate na na-compute natin plus yung itong formula na to. So, itong formula na to is lower interest rate, right? Ay yung amount using lower interest rate, amount ito amount, less yung exact amount or yung gusto nating makuha, yung exact amount, divided by the lower amount using the lower interest rate, less yung amount using the higher interest rate. So, ganun. Let us illustrate using an example. So, ABC company invested 20,000 for 5 years, compounded annually after 5 years. After 5 years, the amounts grow to 29,048. What is the interest rate of the investment? So, meron tayong 20,000, tapos after 5 years is, ang amount ng investment is 29,048, right? So, in order to compute for the interest rate, we need to use trial and error to get the higher and lower interest rate. So, magta-trial lang tayo o magta-trial na try and try again. So, kailangan nating mag-try ng iba't ibang interest rate. So, 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%, 6%, 7%, 8%, mga ganon. Hindi naman necessary na mag-start ka sa 1%, pero pupugtuan yung tulad ng kasjay. So, let's in this case, yung lower and higher interest rate is 7 and 8%. So let's try to compute it. Let's try using 7%. So 20,000, right? We will need to compute for the future value using 7%. So the future value factor for a single amount is 1 wait lang. So 1.07, right, raised to 5 years, right? 5 years. So 5 raised to 5. 1.07 raised to 5 to get the future value factor. The future value factor now is 1.4025, ay 4026. 1.4026. So we need to multiply it with 5,000 to get the future value of 5,000, 20,000 pala yun. Sorry. So 1.4026, right? 1.4026 multiplied by 20,000 to get the future value of 28,051. So 28,051 is lower than yung gusto natin na 29,048. So after nun, try natin ang 8%. So the future value factor now of yung 8% is 1.08 raised to 5. So So, makukuha natin is 1.4693. 1.4693 multiplied by 20,000, makukuha natin yung future value niya na 29,387. So, 29,387. So, lumampas na tayo sa 29,048. So, using 7%, makukuha natin is yung 28,051. Tapos, yung 8% is makukuha natin 29,387. So, dahil hindi natin makuha ang 29,048, it means that the exact interest rate is higher than 7% pero lower than 8%. Right? So, kailangan natin i-compute yung exact amount. So, in order to compute for the exact amount, you need to use this formula. Right? So, let us compute, ito muna ang i-compute natin. So, yung lower, yung amount na nakuha natin using the lower interest rate, in this case 7%, is 28,051 multiplied by the exact amount na gusto natin, which is 29,048. So, i-deduct natin yun. Tapos, use this divided by 28,051, the amount that we got using the lower interest rate, less yung amount na nakuha natin using the higher interest rate. So, yung higher naman is 29,387. So, nakuha natin is 28,051 less 29,048 is 997. Right? Divided by 28,051 less 29,387 is 1,336. So, i-divide nyo lang ang dalawang to. 997 divided by 1,336 to get yung 0.7463, or you can round it off to 2 decimal places na 0.75. Okay? Yung 0.75, that is already in percentage. So, 0.75% yon, hindi 75%, ha? 0.75% na yon. So, we add it to the lower interest rate na 7%. Okay, so 7% plus 0.75 to get the exact interest rate of 7.75%. Okay, so let us try to check kung tama ba ang 7.75%. So 1 plus 0.0775 raised to 5, right? To get ang wait, 1.0775 raised to 5. Okay, the amount, the future value factor now is 1.4524. 1.4524 multiplied by 20,000 to get the future value of 29,048. So, yun, exactly, 7.75% ang interest rate. Okay, so ganun lang. To recap, in order to get yung interest rate, first is mag-trial and error tayo to get the lower and higher interest rates. Lower and higher. Tapos, after getting the lower and higher interest rates, we need to use the formula, right? So, the amount using the lower interest rate less yung exact amount divided by the amount using the lower interest rate less the amount using the higher interest rate. So, tapos, kung makuha niyo yun, i-add nyo lang sa lower interest rate to get the exact interest rate. So, ganun. And last topic natin for 2020 is yung computation of period. Okay, so, the same lang din naman ang computation ng period sa computation of interest rate. The same formula lang din, pero instead of using interest, you need to use for the amount using the period. So, katulad lang din ng interest, you need to first determine yung lower and higher periods. Okay, so hindi na ito interest rate. So, periods na dapat to. Okay, so, period. Okay, period dapat to. Okay, so, Tapos kung nakuha nyo na ang higher and lower periods, you just simply use the formula again. So uh, the amount that we got using the lower period less the exact amount divided by the amount that we got using the lower period less the amount that we got using the higher period. So add it to the lower period to get the exact period in the problem. So let's take another look at another example. The ABC company invests 20,000 in a 12% interest rate compounded annually. Okay, so hindi mayroon ng given ang present value, meron ding interest rate. So, how many years will it take for the investment to grow 28,950? So, ito na yung future value natin, 28,950. Ang tinatanong lang natin is how many years, right? So, we need to compute for the period. So, again, compute trial and error. So, try nyo i-compute yung yung future value or present value kahit anong gusto mo. Kung itong gagamitin yung amount, syempre dapat ang makuha yung answer is 20,000. Pero kung ito ang 20,000 naman ang gagamitin nyo, you need to get 28,950. Pero I suggest na gamitin nyo na lang ang present value, tapos isolve nyo is for the future value. Okay, so first, determine the lower and higher periods. Okay, so trial and error tayo. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, yung ganun. So kung 2 years ang itatry natin, 2 years, right? So 1.12, 1.12, 1.12 raised to 2. Makukuha natin 1.2544 multiplied by 20,000. Makukuha natin is 25,088. So 25,088 is lower than 28,950. Okay, so ito pwedeng maging lower rate ang 2 years. Next, we will need let's compute for the future value using 3 years. So 1.12 raised to 3. Makuha natin na future value factor is 1.4049. Multiplied by 20,000, makukuha natin na future value is 28,098. So 28,098 ang makukuha nating future value kapag 3 years ang ginamit natin. That yung 28,098, that is still lower than 28,950. So we can hindi pwede yung 2 years kasi nga yung 3 years nga is lower din kesa sa gusto nating amount. So 2 years is disqualified. 3 years is pwede pa ring candidate for a lower period. So let's try 4 years naman. 1.12 raised to 4. Kukuha nating future value factor is 1.5735. So 1.5735 multiplied by the 20,000 na present value to get the future value of 31,470. So 31,470 na kapag 4 years ang gagamitin natin. So that is higher than 28,950. So yung 4 years, that is the higher period now. Okay? So na-determine na natin ang lower and higher period. So 3 years na nakuha natin is nakalimutan ko na 28,098, right? So 28,098. So yun yung 3 years. Tapos yung 4 years naman na-determine natin na amount is 31,470. Pero in this case 460. Kasi hindi ko kasi re-round off. Pero kung i-round off nyo, 31,469 ang makukuha nyo. In either case, it is acceptable. So let us now compute for the exact amount using the formula. So the lower amount, the amount na nakuha natin using the lower period is 28,098 less the exact amount of 28,950 na yung future value. Okay, so divided by 28,098 yung amount using the lower period less yung amount using the higher period na 31,469. So deduct, kuha nyo 852 divided by 3371. Okay, 852 divided by 3371 to get yung 0.25. Okay, 0.25. So, 0.25, just add it to the lower period. So, in this case, 3 years. So, 3 plus 0.25, the period now is 3.25 or 3.2634. So, the difference is due to the adjustment. So, let's try yung 3.25. So, 1.12, right, raised to 3.25 to get the future value factor of 1.4453 multiplied by 20,000 to get the future value factor of 28,906. Okay. So it is a little bit lower kasi nga due to rounding off yun. 28,906. So yung 50 that is already in material. Pero kapag hindi natin rin-round off, right, ang makuha natin is 3.2634. So 1.12 raised to 3.2634 to get the total to get the future value factor of 1.4475 multiplied by 20,000 to get the amount of 28,949.9. So 28,950. So that is correct. So yung exact period natin is 3.2634. Pero sa computation natin is 3.25. Right? So ang difference lang nila is 0.01 years. So it is immaterial. So another method in computing for the period is using the log sa mga scientific calculators pwede nyo gamitin ito. So log future amount divided by present amount tapos divided by log 1 plus interest rate. So yung example natin kanina sa ABC company nag-invest ng 20,000 at 12% interest. How many years will it take for the investment to grow 28,950, right? So we can compute it using this formula. So log 28,950 divided by 20,000, right? So ay hindi pwede palang natin ang calculator ko. So yung mga pwedeng sa mga calculator na pwede, you can try it kung tama ba. So 28,950 less 20,000 muna tapos 1 plus yung interest rate din. So 28,950 divided by 20,000 you get 1.4475 tapos 1 plus interest rate is 1.12. So you get the log of all, both of them. Tapos kukuha nyo is 3.2634. Okay, so yun. Okay, so yeah, that will be all class. That will be all for today and that will be all for 2020. So see you again next year class. Bye.